Hey, what's going on, guys? This is New Blotto here, and what we're going to be doing in this video is going to be ranking all the tracks from JPEGMAFIA's latest album, LP, the offline version. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing offline because I feel like this is the most fleshed out version of the album that he wanted to put out. So it would only be best, like if I was going to be ranking it, it should be the tracks that he wanted to put out initially in the first place, you know? I mean, since I'm uploading this now, he's put up all the tracks for the offline version already, so everything's available on streaming now, which is awesome. We'll be bringing up how some tracks were only available offline at some points and how some tracks differ from the online to the offline version, so I will keep those in mind. But just to get started, just about like some things that I like about Peggy in general. I just like how he pushes the envelope with a lot of his music, just keeps it creative and interesting, and just the way that he produces his tracks, you know, bringing abstract elements and experimental elements along with keeping things like pretty catchy. Like he has a talent for that, which is pretty awesome. He has one of my favorite like rapping voices, like in general, just the sound of his voice while he raps is really cool to me, and his delivery on a lot of tracks, very energetic, aggressive at times, so pretty cool. And his ability to sing too, if he really wants to. He uses good wordplay, some great notable bars here and there, the subject matter he speaks on, and then also how he's able to keep each track interesting with how it progresses and doesn't just stay too static, you know. So yeah, those are, you know, things that I like about Peggy, which is why I want to rank this. You know, it's my #1 album from last year, so yeah, always like watching tier lists, so I thought I could make one here right now. I got the tracks at the bottom here, but I won't include Bald, Cutie Pie, or the Bald remix because those are from one of his first EPs from 2020, and I don't think they add much to the actual album in the first place, so I'm not going to rank those since they've already been released. Alright, and just to see what these mean, like perfect is pretty self-explanatory. Perfect track, amazing track, a great track, good track, meh, or not good. If that's not clear enough, then we can make these like numerical, so like this would be a 10 out of 10 track, 9, 8, 7, 6, or 5, and then anything below a 5. Spoiler alert, nothing's going in this area because all the tracks are at least like good on this project, so at least in my opinion. So to get started, I'm going to be starting with Trust first. This was the first single released on the project. When this single first released, I thought it was a pretty cool one, but it didn't really get me like too hyped for the record. But hearing it within the context of the record, just how it opens up everything, and as I give it more listens, it definitely grew on me. I like the keys and the hook on here, and how the synths play with the low end of the beat as well. So that's sick, and just the hook that he gives is dope. Really love it. And yeah, so with Trust, I'm thinking I'm gonna put it in, let me see, where should I put this? I'm gonna put Trust in, I'll put it in good. Because a lot of the other tracks on here just definitely outshine this one, I'd say, but it's still a good track. Then we got Dirty. Oh yeah, this is definitely among the best tracks. I'm gonna just put it in perfect because I already know it's a perfect track. Definitely has some of my favorite sound choices on here, with the drums primarily, and the bars that he uses shooting at Arm & Hammer, and also the wrestling references that he uses is pretty cool. Arm & Hammer and Peggy, they're cool now, by the way, which I'm glad about because Arm & Hammer and JPEGMAFIA, they released like my top 2 like favorite albums of last year, so I don't want them beefing. I just want them making great music together in the future, so fingers crossed if that happens. Yeah, I also like how this beat progresses, and yeah, it just keeps it interesting through and through, you know. So yeah, Dirty's the first perfect track on here. Ooh, we got Nemo. I feel like Nemo's definitely underrated. Definitely had to take time to grow on me because when I heard the beat, I was like, what's going on here at first? Yeah, but I do like how abstract it is, and I like the aquatic like synths that he uses on here, and it kind of pans through your headphones like it's just like popping up around you and such, and the atmosphere is pretty cool, and definitely like Buzzy Lee's contribution to the beat as well. So yeah, he did help with production on here, so yeah, I'm glad that he did that. So Nemo, I'm actually gonna put the first one in amazing because I definitely, like I said, it did grow on me, but yeah, I just love it, and just how it flows right after Dirty, and then also how it flows in the end credits, which is the next one. End credits, not amazing, it's perfect. I think this is a perfect track right here. Yeah, I like the opening like wrestling sample that he has on here. pretty cool. I like how it builds up into the beat. And then also like the rock approach that Peggy took on here as well. And he just kind of sounds at home on his vocal delivery as well. And the track just seeps energy from him, dude. It's so great. And then I love the hook on here. Always remember it. I'm always singing it along with him, so it's just great. And then if you didn't know, the online version is like the OG mix of it, without it being pitched up or sped up at all. And the offline version has it like sped up slightly. I think the sped up version definitely gives it a little bit more energy, but I also like the online version as well. So yeah, both are cool. Perfect track. And then we got Hazard Duty Pay. This is on repeat ever since it first dropped as a single leading up to the project. Really like this track. I like the loop that he chose on here to sample. The energy again on here is top tier, along with the sound choice, just how the bells and the low end play with each other. I really like that. And then yeah, this is only available offline, just because he couldn't get the sample cleared, but like I said, it's on streaming now, so yeah, you guys can check it out on streaming if you haven't yet. You should have by now. We got God Don't Like Ugly. Yeah, this is one of those tracks that I got to when I was like, oh, okay, this is a cool track. It just kind of shows Peggy rapping, but this feels more of like a interlude track. And it was only offline for a while too. And yeah, like I said, he does have good rapping on here with the soulful instrumental as well. Really like that. I'm not as crazy about this one as compared to other ones. So for God Don't Like Ugly, I'm going to put it right behind Trust here, because it's a good track, but definitely Trust is a bit better. What Kind of Rappin' Is This? We got another perfect track. Yeah, I love What Kind of Rappin' Is This? Comparing the online and offline versions of it, online just goes straight into the track from end credits, which is pretty cool, because sometimes like when I'm listening to the album, I just want to like skip the long intro and just get right into the meat of the beat. But most of the time, like I want to listen to the super serene intro that's on here. So yeah, I'll give it props there. Yeah, also the drum choice on here sounds amazing too. I have to commend that. I just love how the drums sound. Yeah, there's more great sample choice on here, and I love the horns added. Like it's pretty, I wouldn't say too subtle, but I just like how it's added. Kind of like on the track like Fix Yourself from EP2. I just love horns because I used to be a horn player for a number of years myself, so definitely had to commend that. I always love horns. And we got not DIKEMBE. Why is DIKEMBE there? That's not until like where'd DIKEMBE go? It's after OG. Yeah, we're not there yet. THOT'S Prayer though. Oh yeah, THOT'S Prayer. That's another perfect track as well. Yeah, definitely loved this when I first listened to it too. And the OG mix of this track was only available offline, and it kind of took out, I believe it took out, no, I didn't take out the interpolation, but if you didn't know, which you should know by now, there's a Britney Spears interpolation of Hit Me Baby One More Time, and Peggy just does a great job interpolating it. It's so sick, and I love it each time. Yeah, when he interpolates it, it's definitely one of my favorite hooks. And the graceful synth and the reverse snares and cymbals also add to the beat greatly as well. Really like that. And I like how the beat drops and it just bangs for me each time. And then lastly, the added choir samples I'm a big fan of too towards the end of the track. So yeah, really like THOT'S Prayer. That's another perfect track for me. Are You Happy? Yeah, this track right here, when I first went through the album, Are You Happy was definitely my favorite track off the record. Would I say it's my favorite now? It's pretty close. It's pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like on here, I really like the Gangsta Boo sample, but when I first listened to it, it kind of sounded like it was Peggy just rapping it, but when I dug in, it was like actually an interpolation, but I can't tell if it's him interpolating it or not, because they sound so similar, but either way, I just love the sample from Gangsta Boo song. I like the guitars and the bass line on here, and the sound choice is great, of course, just like most of these tracks are. The delivery he chose on here, it kind of just sounds like he's rapping through a walkie at times, which is pretty cool. And then just the electronic sound effects that he used, such as, you know, the walkie perk, is pretty cool too. So I like that. So I'm going to put that in perfect, of course, but I'm going to put it, oh, I got to rank these. I got to order these. I'm going to put it before Hazard Duty Pay. I'm going to move end credits to right there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I might get killed for liking end credits more than What Kind of Rappin' Is This, but that's just how I'm feeling, y'all. That's just how I'm feeling. Oh wait, that's not even, Oh yeah, okay, no, we're good, we're good. I think I like THOT'S prayer more than what kind of rapping is this though. Yeah, okay. Let's keep it like that. And let's keep moving on. Rebound. Like surprisingly, to me, this is like the most popular track on the record for me. I mean, aside from Hazard Duty Pay, I'm pretty sure Hazard Duty Pay and Dirty, because those are singles, but Rebound wasn't a single. It was the most popular track from the track cuts as well. But I really do like Rebound. I also think it's a perfect track. I love the drums on here, the hard hitting beat, and more horns on here. I can never get enough of the horns. And then has a dope bass line, really aggressive delivery on the hook. And you know, again, he's taking more shots at Arm & Hammer on here. Not as much, but there's another track on here where he just goes even harder. So that's pretty funny. And then the DIKEMBE verse was really fitting one as well. I never heard of him before until this record, but yeah, he did well on the verse. So yeah, I'll put Rebound there. Definitely among my least favorites out of all these perfect tracks. Then we got 100. This is another offline only track. And yeah, on this track, the bass appears to be at the forefront of the beat. And I like what he does with Dolph's sample, but it's definitely my least favorite track on the record. And you know, it just seems more like an interlude to me as well. So it's still interesting though. So actually, I want to put this here because I do think it's a good, like, if it's used in an interlude, then I think it's a good interlude. So I don't want to put it in meh. So I'm gonna move these up because I think these are these great? Nah, I might just make this tier here. I just don't feel good about putting anything in meh here, honestly, because I think it's a good interlude. So we'll keep it like that for right now. We can order these towards the end as well, so don't worry about that. Ooh, OG. Really like the energy on this track. Another fitting and catchy sample, and he's just been killing it with the sample game up until this point, so not even surprised. Yeah, and Peggy delivers another catchy verse and hook on here, and I think it's an amazing track as well. Actually, no, this will be a great track. I may be overplaying it by saying it's amazing. This is a great track, and yeah, it's not perfect either, but I think it's a great track. Good energy on the track. Then we got DIKEMBE, another offline only version. It's a shame people didn't get to hear this online, but this is definitely one of the better tracks on the record for me. Big fan of the space on the track and of how the samples fit with the guitar melody and the kick drums on DIKEMBE, and the instrumental passage at the end with the added chimes and sub bass line. It's a pretty sick one too. Really a big fan of that. So with DIKEMBE, yeah, DIKEMBE is an amazing track, I'd say. It's kind of near perfect, honestly, but I do play a lot of the other tracks a lot more than I do DIKEMBE. Same goes for NEMO as well. So yeah, this is an amazing track right there. Then we got Tired, Nervous, and Broke, or also known as Sick, Nervous, and Broke on the online version. Only difference between online and offline version of those two is just the title. Which I didn't understand why he changed the title for online, but it's whatever. Definitely probably has one of the hardest hooks on here on the entire record. I wouldn't say it's the best one, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And I like the shimmering synths on here with the percussion that he uses, and the piano ballad at the end with Kimbra sounds beautiful too. You know, so really big fan of this one. I'm gonna put Tired, Nervous, and Broke. Where should I put Tired, Nervous, and Broke? I'm gonna put it in perfect, because I'm just a big fan of this track myself. Don't think I like it as much as Rebound though, so we're gonna keep it like that. Let's keep it moving, let's keep it moving. Now we got flame emoji for offline version, or the online version would be kissy face emoji. I do like the bubbly synths and the fire crackle that he uses in the beginning of the track, which is pretty cool. And this has another great hook, and I like how uplifting the beat sounds compared to the other tracks as well, so it's a good vibe. I do like Peggy singing on the chorus, and the refrain is pretty sick, pretty hot, as the synths play after it, so big fan of this track as well. Now where to rank it at? This will be tough, this will be tough. I'm gonna put it in great. I'm gonna put it above OG. I like this a lot more than I do OG. All right, nice. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a slept on interlude right here, unfortunately, but I understand why, because I mean, I guess it's considered an interlude, but for me personally, this is one of my favorites when I first listened to the record. And big fan of the fluttered hi-hats, the kicks, the 808s that he uses, and then also the quickly strummed guitars that occur throughout the track, which is pretty sick. And then the military like sample that he uses brings tons of energy to it and just gets me so hyped. So I gotta give my props to Peggy on this one here. And I'm gonna say this is amazing. Definitely play this a lot more than the tracks below it. So yeah, you can kill me in the comments if you want to, but that's just how I'm feeling, y'all. All right, we got BMT. Yeah, another one of my lesser favorite tracks on here. There's reasons for this too. It's not a bad track at all, I'd say, but I'm not a big fan of the slightly overblown bass. I'm not a big fan of the slightly overblown bass on here, so that could have been adjusted. But you know, with Peggy's skill, he probably did that intentionally, but it's just not what I would have done on the track personally. You know, the verse and the chorus on here also leaves me more so indifferent, but he still demonstrates his ability to rap, still keeps it somewhat entertaining for me, and the sample usage is cool on here too, and I like the rolled hi-hats that he uses, so big fan of that. So BMT is gonna go in good right above 100. Would I put it below God Don't Like Ugly? Yeah, I think that's solid. That's solid. The Ghost of Ranking Dread. Ooh, this is a great track too. This is a great track. Yeah, I would say this is gonna go an amazing right before DIKEMBE, after NEMO. Ooh, would I put this over DIKEMBE? Nah. I think it's good there. This is a smooth and laid back track with the light drumming, keys, and the glistening synths. Big fan of that. And this had one of my favorite verses from Peggy on here. And he proceeds to take even more shots at Armor Hammer, but he just kind of goes all in on these dudes, which, you know, still kind of iffy about, but I mean, it's just good lyrics that he's dropping. So yeah, shout out to Peggy and Armor Hammer too. Shout out to them too. They had a great record last year. I'm not even gonna front. I don't even know how to say her name, but TK Mazda, whatever. She had some beautiful vocals on the beginning of the track for me, and it added to the low-key feel of the beat initially, like when it first came on. So I liked her contribution, and I'm a big fan of the outro, as it uses added bass, electric guitars, and horns on there. So yeah, I think Ghost of Ranking Dread definitely fits well in the amazing category here. And we got Damn. This song is great too. So this has a smooth synth intro to slow down the pacing of the record. It comes right after Ghost of Ranking Dread. So that was already pretty more of a low-key, not too low-key, but more of a low-key beat compared to the other ones on here. And this just makes it even more chill. Like the chorus and the verses on here to match the vibe. And this is also another good track, but I still prefer a few others over this one. So I'm going to put this, actually I'll put this in great. This is a great track. I'm going to put that right below OG. I like it more than the tracks down here. The last one we got here for JPEGMAFIA's offline LP is Untitled. And this is the last offline track in the official outro to the album, I'd say. Like I said, I'm not including Bald, Cutie Pie, or the remix on here, because he just, like, they're for something else that was separate, so we're going to keep those off. But Untitled, definitely one of my favorite outros by him. Like, definitely the favorite. My favorite by him. So, I feel like this is one of his best delivered tracks on here. Definitely keeps that aggressive and high energy with the track on here. The beat is a dark one with the piano and some off-kilter sounds and bass, so I really like those elements too. And it also, this song also gives me similar vibes to Curb Stomp from Veteran, but like I said, this does a lot better. It does a lot more for me than Curb Stomp did, but I do love Curb Stomp though, don't get me wrong. So with Untitled, that is going to go in perfect. Really like this outro. Now to rank it, yeah, I'm gonna put this above Rebound slightly. Don't kill me, please don't kill me in the comments, but I think I like Untitled a little bit more than I do Rebound, but not as much as I do What Kind of Rappin' This Is. And so yeah, I think everything's good. We do one last check. Got 100 BMT, God Don't Like Ugly, Trust in the good category. Great has flame emoji, OG, and damn. Yeah. Amazing DIKEMBE, Ghost of Ranking Dread, NEMO, and Nice. Yes, I like that. And Dirty, is Dirty my favorite track from LP? It'd have to be, dude. That's probably his best track to date, honestly. I don't know, that's saying a lot compared to his other projects, because I really like All My Heroes Are Cornballs, and I really like Veteran too, so maybe we'll rank every single JPEGMAFIA song, but I'm gonna keep it there. Yeah, I think I like this, yeah. Alright, y'all, so this is the list here, so yeah, let me know what y'all thought about this list in the comments, and just let me know if you would have ranked anything above other tracks or below certain tracks, and just let me know your overall thoughts about the project too. I'd love to hear it. And then if you want to do this tier list yourself, I'm gonna leave the link in the description so y'all can do it too. So yeah, with that being said, if you like the video, like it, definitely sub to the channel. Definitely gonna be doing more of these because this is fun to do. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.